Hello everyone, it's Angel from the Abernathy's Go Green, and today we are going to be comparing two concealers. The first one is going to be the Clove Hallow Conceal and Correct Concealer and the Han Skincare Cosmetics All Natural Concealer. So let's start with similarities. These are both $18. Both are vegan and cruelty-free, and both claim to offer medium to full coverage. But the similarities stop there. Starting with their shade range, the Han comes in 5 shades, whereas the Clove Hallow comes in 10. I did get my Han concealer through the Petit Vour box. They sent me the shade medium, and I think it's a perfect shade match for me. And then the Clove Hallow, I had no idea what shade I was going to be. Whenever I looked at the Clove Hallow website, they didn't have the shade descriptions on their shades yet. And it did say to contact customer service to help find your shade match. So I emailed them, and it's been almost 2 weeks and I haven't heard back. And I did just now look, and I see that they've added the shade description on their website. But I did get this through the Petit Vour website, and the Petit Vour website did have shade descriptions on their range. So based on that, I picked the shade 03, which Petit Vour said is for light to medium skin tone with neutral undertones. But on the Clove Hallow website, it said it's for light skin tone with neutral undertones. And 04 is for light to medium skin tone with neutral undertones. So both websites have different shade description. So let me swatch these concealers for you. This one right here is the Clove Hallow concealer, and this one over here is the Han concealer. As you can see, it's got more of a yellow undertone, and this one's a little bit more pink. They look very different swatched, but once I apply it to my under eye and blend it in, they look identical. I think because I have both pink and yellow undertones to my skin, they both just seem to work. Let's talk about what their claims are, I guess. I do have their website pulled up in front of me here. And for the Clove Hallow, they say that it's a buildable yet lightweight liquid concealer, a rarity in green beauty that offers medium to full coverage without flaking, breaking, or caking, PETA certified cruelty-free, and vegan as always. And then for the Han, they say our creamy and nourishing concealer improves uneven skin tone, conceals dark circles, reduces redness, and lifts signs of fatigue while benefiting the skin from argan oil, shea butter, green tea, and vitamin E. And then as far as the ingredients, I will have the ingredients here on the screen. But the Clove Hallow does contain coconut oil, vitamin E, argan oil, and dimethicone, along with other synthetic ingredients. But one of the main focuses of Clove Hallow as a brand is, yes, they will put synthetic ingredients in their makeup, but they are safe synthetic ingredients. They call it their Clean 15 ingredient. And then with the Han, I'll have the full ingredients on the screen, but the standout ingredients to me are the coconut oil, aloe, lavender oil, coffee extract, argan oil, jojoba, shea, safflower, vitamin E, and marula oil. So already I feel like just by looking through the ingredients, you can tell that the Han is gonna have a more creamy consistency, which it definitely does. And then the Clove Hallow has that very silicone-y slip. When you apply just a little bit under your eyes, it just has that very nice silicone glide. And I know that some people do avoid using dimethicones. If you are one of those, obviously this isn't gonna be for you. I would go for the Han concealer because it doesn't have any silicones. The Han also has a very dewy finish. You do have to set it with a powder, or I find that it would just crease under my eyes really badly, and if you don't set it, it just slowly disappears. It just kind of fades in about 30 minutes. It's not there anymore. So this has very dewy finish, and you definitely have to set it. Whereas the Han, it has a very skin-like finish. I'm wearing it right now, and I didn't set it, and I really like how it looks. It's very skin-like. But once you do set the Han concealer though, it does look like your skin too, but of course it will depend on what kind of powder you set it with. Some powders are more mattifying, some powders just offer like a very natural finish. So it will depend, of course, more on that also. So because this tends to be a little bit more on the dewy side, more skin-like side, even after I set it with my Well People Bio Brightener powder, I do like this paired with a dewy foundation. So keep that in mind whenever you pair these two with whatever foundations. The Han concealer, I like it paired best with my 100% pure water foundation because this has a dewy finish, whereas this one, very skin-like if you don't set it, but once I set it with my Well People Bio Brightener powder, it is very matte, so I cannot pair it with this foundation, I feel like it looks the best with my Alima Pure Satin Matte Foundation, which is also what I'm wearing right now. Because I paired these two together when I was just starting to play around with this concealer, and you can see where the concealer ended and where the foundation started. There was a huge line where my concealer was totally matte and the foundation was very dewy looking. So keep that in mind whenever you're pairing it with your foundations. This one is more skin-like to matte. This one is more skin-like to dewy. I hope that makes sense. I'm sure it makes sense, right? Which also makes sense if you look at the rest of their line. Han doesn't have a foundation yet. So they do suggest that you take their concealer, which is very, very pigmented and creamy, and mix it with a moisturizer, and you can make your own foundation or tinted moisturizer that way. Whereas with the Clove Hallow, the only foundation that they have in their range is a powder foundation, so that's gonna be a little bit more matte. So it makes sense looking at the brand overall and what else they carry in their line. Oh, and I forgot also that I do have a photo of me wearing both of these concealers, one with the concealer on and one without, so that way you can see the amount of coverage. I would say I would agree in what they say that they are medium to full coverage, but I think sometimes the Clove Hallow tends to accentuate the imperfections under my eyes, and you will see that in that photo. Whereas the Han, I think I would recommend this more for individuals with dry under eyes. I know in that photo, this made my under eye look so much better than this one did. But right now, like I said, I'm wearing it not set, and it looks really good too. So for me, if I had to pick a winner between the two, I don't think I can. I think they are both very good shade match for me. I like this to go with my dewy foundations, and then I like this one to go with my Alima Pure Satin Matte Foundation, or even on days when I'm not wearing any kind of foundation at all, I would just pop this on. I like that I don't have to set it. Even though I have oily skin, I can get away with not setting this, and I find that very impressive. So I think both of these are winners for me because I've found ways to make both of them work. But hopefully after going through all of the ingredients and me telling you what kind of finish they provide, that will help you pick whichever one you would like better. Or maybe this video was just not very helpful at all. If any of you guys have used either or both of these concealers, comment down below and let me know about your experience with them, and maybe we'll help the people out together. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye!